Okay, welcome. We're going to walk you through today the steps to set up a Blackboard Collaborate meeting. Blackboard Collaborate is a tool that is built into Blackboard but can also be used in other programs and allows for teleconferencing. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through the steps for setting up a meeting and just do a brief demo of interacting with another participant. Go ahead and shrink the video down for now. So you can see I've already logged into Blackboard, and within the Blackboard page I'm going to select the organization which I am a leader in. And from that organization, I have a couple of different ways of reaching the Collaborate tool itself. I can go through the Tools menu, which will pull up all of the tools that are available to me here in the main part of the page, or I can go down and select the tool directly from the Organization Tools submenu. I'll go ahead and click on that first. And once I get into the Ultra Management page, I have a couple of different options here. One is to just initiate an ad hoc meeting, which I can do by joining the room. Before I do that, I want to make sure that my room settings are correct. If I'm going to use this option, I'll need some default settings to be set in advance. So generally for students, what I want is a participant role. Participants have limited permission, and I can kind of choose what they can interact with. Presenters have slightly more permission, and then the moderator has full permissions, including the permission to change other people's roles. I'm going to go ahead and set the guest role as participant, and then I can define what participants are allowed to do. So here the participants can share audio, video, and also post chat messages. If I were doing a demo of some kind of problem-solving process, I might want to allow participants to be able to draw on the whiteboard as well. If they are not on a device that has a stylus, then drawing on the whiteboard will be kind of awkward for the students. They can use their mouse and their cursor to draw. It's a lot easier if you have some kind of stylus to be able to draw with. For now, I'm going to leave that option disabled and go ahead and save these settings. Okay. In order to send the link to people that aren't part of the course, I would copy this guest link. If they are members of the course, then they'll just navigate to the Blackboard tool the same way that I did, and they'll see that there's already a room available for them to join. I'll go ahead and join the room now, and the room opens in a new window. It will log me in. The first time that you join a room, it'll probably ask for your name. If you've joined a room previously, it'll detect who you are and pick that up from before. You can see that I've got the whiteboard tool already enabled here. And walk through some of these tools in a minute. And then we have one other participant here. This is Adam. Adam does not have video or audio tools available to him, but Adam can use the chat tool. I'll go ahead and type something out for Adam. And he can reply through that chat window. Okay, so on this screen, Adam's doing well. On this screen, I've got the options for the chat window, the participants, and here's where I can change permissions for a specific participant. The ability to share content, to share the whiteboard, which is what we have right now. I can also share an application from elsewhere on the computer, or I can send files directly to all of the other participants in the meeting. I can do a polling question. I'll demonstrate that in just a minute. And then I can also separate each of the other members into random group rooms where they have their own whiteboard and their own tools, and then we can bring them back for a debrief. The other settings are similar to what we saw before in the Blackboard settings menu. And then here are the main tools that you have for interacting with the whiteboard. I can use the pointer tool to draw attention. On the recording, by the way, the cursor is going to be highlighted and the pointer, so that could be pretty distracting. I can use the selector tool to highlight and move elements that are already on the screen. I can use the pencil tool, and here I'm going to use the stylus to write. So I can write messages on the whiteboard. And then there's a limited number of shapes for emphasis here. You can also change the colors. And the shapes are defined kind of from the center. So as I'm drawing out, it's expanding as I get further away. It's a little awkward to position it the way you want. Of course, there's just a simple line tool. The text box feature is not very good. The text box center also expands out from the middle. This text is centered, and it's very hard to get the text boxes exactly where you want them. Once they're done, you can rearrange them, but this is kind of a clunky feature. It's not really one that I'm particularly enamored of. And then there's the clear tool. Okay, those are the main things that I wanted to demonstrate. In a future video, we'll probably go over some of the sharing options as well as the polling, but that's it for now. Thanks.